Hello, in today's video, I'll show you how to downgrade your iPad from iPadOS 27 to iPadOS 26. As you can see right here, I have an iPad, and this method that I'm going to be showing you, which is downgrading from iOS 27 to 26, works only if you have a beta version. You can downgrade to an official release. And that means that after September of 2026, it won't be available because iPadOS 27 will be officially released on all devices, on all iPads that support it. So you will not be able to downgrade anymore. So that is the first thing. And the second thing to keep in mind is that it will erase all your data. Although if you're watching this video in a year from now and you have iPadOS 28 and want to downgrade to 27, the same exact method will work for you. So feel free to use it as well. Now let's see the settings first. To know everything, go to General in the settings, then go to About, and you'll see the current iPadOS version. I have the iPadOS 27. And now, well, it's not September, so it's basically the beta version. If I go to if I go to Software Update, I will be able to see that, well, for some reason beta updates are off, but they were on. There's not a chance it has iPadOS 27 without having beta updates. So yeah, iPadOS 27, let's revert it. Before that, your data, that is important. Everything will be erased. So if you haven't backed it up on iPadOS 26, then if you back it up now via the backup, like iCloud backup or a computer backup, then you will not be able to revert it on iPadOS 26. That's why it's very important to back up before updating to public beta or developer beta versions, because it will make you unable to revert the data. What you can do in that case is either copy your data manually to an external storage device like an SD card, USB drive, whatever else, and copy your important data from your iPad. So that is the first thing. Or you can restore your iPad. It will erase everything, and you will be able to restore the backup once iPadOS 27 rolls out publicly and you update to the official release of iPadOS 27. One last chance is that if you have actually done the backup before updating, then you will be able to restore to that old backup that you did before updating. Now let's begin. We'll need to put our iPad in recovery mode. And for that, no matter whether your iPad is on or off, you should quickly press and release on volume up, then press and release on volume down, then start pressing and holding on the power button. I think that in this case, it doesn't matter like your rotation of the screen. You can see now my screen is rotated in a way that this button behaves as volume down and this behaves as volume up. And when I rotate the screen, now the other one is volume up, the other one is volume down. What I recommend is holding it vertically so that the power button is on the top. And now it'll be just easier. Just press on volume up, release, volume down, release, then press and hold on the power button. And now you'll need to continue holding for quite some time, I would say. You can see it still shows slide to power off, and now it has disappeared. Keep holding until the Apple logo shows up, and now keep holding even longer. It'll show you continue holding for recovery. When it says loading recovery options, you can now release the button, but only now. I don't think I can rotate it, so I'll hold the iPad like that for now. And in a moment it will be loaded and we'll need to use our computer. Now I'm on the computer and I have the iPad right here. Now what you should do on the iPad is click on the recovery mode. then click on Restart iPad, and wait until it gets to the computer recovery mode. Now, if you have a Windows computer, you will need to get to the Microsoft Store app on your computer and search for Apple devices. You can see there it is. I'm sorry it's in Polish, but I don't really have a choice. Now, once it is installed, you can see the iPad went into the recovery mode. And we'll need to use a cable to connect to our computer. Now you can open the app, then agree, and begin. Now, I would like to change the language, but I can't, so I'll just be translating stuff. Sorry for that. So this is the Apple Devices app. Now, if you have a Mac, like a MacBook, iMac, whatever, then instead of Apple Devices app, you can just open Finder. And from now on, it will be very similar. So let's try a cable. Now, some cables won't work properly because not all cables are built the same, and some of them don't support data transfer or are very poorly made, and they do, but not necessarily. But let's try one of the cables that I have. Let's plug it in. If it doesn't work, I'll replace it with a different one. Yeah, it doesn't. After trying a few cables, I got to a point that one of them works. And now on Windows, it will be in Apple devices. On Mac, in Finder, on the left sidebar, you should see your iPad, and you should see this alert. And now it will tell you that there's a problem on your iPad that requires updating or restoring. And then there are 3 buttons: update, restore, or cancel. And you should click on the restore button, the one in the middle, in my case. Then restore and update, and then next, then agree to the license agreement, and it will start downloading the update for your iPad. So that is the thing that you should begin with. It is important that you select restore and not update, because you cannot update to the older version. You can restore your iPad, so it will erase everything, including the system, and then install system altogether from the beginning. And yeah, I'll get back to you when it's done. It will take a little moment to download it. The faster your internet connection is, the less time it'll take, but it still takes some time anyway. And now, as you can see, it is getting the iPad ready for restoring. The Apple logo has shown up. It will take multiple minutes, so just wait. And also, I recommend bearing with me to the end of the video if you don't know what Apple account lock is and what activation lock is. I'll show it to you at the end of the video. Sometimes, I think rarely, but sometimes it happens that it shows this error, which I hate. It rarely happens, but happens, and when it does, you will need to put your iPad in the DFU mode, which is complicated. It isn't easy to put it in that mode. So I'll show you how to do it in just a little moment. But before I do, let's try just doing it once again. Sometimes it fixes the issue when you just do it once again. So let's press on volume up, volume down, and press and hold on the power button until it goes to recovery mode. You can see it takes a little moment, but in a moment we should see the screen light up. Let's keep holding. And now we're in that recovery. Now let's click on restore again, and let's see if it works. Restore and update, and I'll see. If it doesn't help, then I'll try to get to the DFU. Even if it does, I'll show you how to get to the DFU mode. In my case, as you can see, I think it is working. The bar has almost come to an end. So trying again helped in my case, but there's a high chance it won't work. It's not that high of a chance, but if it doesn't work the first time, there is a chance it won't work the second time, even the third if you tried 3 times. So in a moment you'll learn how to enter the DFU. I'll just finish my downgrade. In my case, it'll work. And yeah, that's how it looks if it happens to finish. It starts restarting, and on the screen of your computer it'll say that the iPhone was restored to factory settings and is being restarted. So now let's get to the iPad itself, and we'll try to put it in DFU once the bar comes to an end. Okay, so my iPad works, but if yours doesn't, if you weren't able to restore, then make sure your iPad is plugged into power. Sorry, not to power, to the computer. Make sure it's plugged into the computer, and in the recovery mode, it was recognized when it was in the recovery mode, but it just multiple times. You tried multiple times and it failed. Now, if try doing anything so that the screen turns on. So you may want to go to the recovery mode so that the screen turns on, for example, just so you have like any visual feedback of what's happening. Because now we'll need to go to the DFU if it didn't work. If it works, then you can skip to the next part of the video, of course, if you're in this screen like me. So make sure the screen is on, it's in recovery, whatever is happening, just something to happen. And you should press on volume up, volume down, volume up release, volume down release, then press and hold on the power button. And as soon as the screen goes off, you should immediately start pressing on volume down again. So on volume down together with the power button, without releasing the power button. Then after 4 to 5 seconds, exactly 4 to 5 seconds, I think it's like 5, more like 5, but not over. You should release the power button and keep pressing the volume down. I know it is complex. Now let's try it. Volume up, volume down, power button. Make sure it's still plugged into power. And now you'll see this, like, as soon as the screen turns off, we'll press on the volume down. Then after like 5 seconds, release the power button and keep pressing on the volume down. Now, you won't see any visual feedback on your tablet. Nothing will happen on the tablet. The screen should be black. And you should see your tablet in the Apple Devices app or in Finder on your Mac. Now, in my case, it didn't work. So I can try again. I could turn on the tablet to see the visual feedback. Oh no, actually it worked. I just released it and it started working suddenly. And yeah, but basically, you know, volume up, volume down, power button until the screen goes off. Then as soon as it goes off, add the volume down button without releasing the power button. Then after 4 to 5 seconds, release the power button and keep pressing the volume down. You can just follow it. Also, like if you can't, try playing the video and doing it in the same exact timing as me, because it worked in my case, and I'll prove it to you right now. There's my computer here. And there it is. It shows me that computer has detected iPad working in the DFU mode. And I could then just click on Restore iPad. So basically the same thing as in recovery. But I'll leave the DFU mode because in my case it worked, and you'll just see how to set it up later through the activation lock, because that may be a little, if you've never stumbled across an activation lock, may be weird. So to leave the DFU, in case you ever want to leave it without actually doing stuff on the computer while it's in DFU, you can press on volume up, volume down, then start pressing and holding on the power button. And the iPad will turn on just normally. If you release it, you make sure to release the button as soon as the Apple logo shows up as well. Yeah, there it is. And in a moment, we'll set up our iPad in order to see what I mean by the by the Apple Activation Lock thing. So now let's go to our iPad, select the language, select the region, make sure it's correct. Then wait a moment. Now select the appearance. You can set up with or without another device. Then connect to a Wi-Fi network, and during activation it will tell me that this iPad is locked to the previous owner. It should tell me that. I hope it will, because I want to demonstrate that. Yeah. Now it tells me just a tiny little hint of what the previous Gmail email address was signed in here. And to unlock this iPad, to continue through the setup, I would need to enter my email account or a phone number associated with the Apple account that was signed in previously here, and the password, or I can click on unlock with passcode. So feel free to choose whichever one you'd like. Of course, unlocking with passcode is easier, but sometimes you may not remember the passcode, the one that you use to unlock your iPad. Then you may want to use the email and password, but I'll use the passcode because it's way easier that way, especially considering that I had a very simple passcode. Yeah, and then I can continue through the setup. And that's it. I'll skip the passcode for now. I'll set it up later. So I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.